It's been a while.
Coach Chuck, okay, we got this timed out.
What's our,
One last question.
like we said last week, we got to keep meeting like this, Pat.
That's exactly how I said it.
I always say keep happy birthdays. It beats the alternative.
Can we have this up or you guys?
You
want
can.
to?
You're fine. That's,
The signing's okay, right?
yeah, I think it's Coach Brown.
It was issued in the locker room. I'm assuming it must be okay.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
We're into an NCAA branded cup, but only on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll wait a couple more. 2 more minutes. I'll wait 2 more minutes. That's all right.
Sure.
Started early one year. I was like, what happened? I don't know. You're right.
Dude, I've got the same song.
Are we the
going through my
final?
head.
You are.
Comes
Yes,
through.
yes, sir.
Which Elvis song? Unchained Melody. He did a cover by the Righteous Brothers. Did it first, but I don't like their version.
You have that in your head?
I know.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I like it. It's a good song.
Gosh.
I haven't
Getting
heard
inside
it.
his head, Pat, is a scary place to be. There's some things.
In my head the rest of the day now, too.
Wow. That was amazing.
Renaissance, man. Can we have a karaoke section with Pat?
That's fine. Is that news to you guys? I'm sorry.
Last guy, I don't know. I think My Way. My Way.
Old soul up there.
Hayden was saying Fly Me to the Moon earlier, too.
Who has a playlist for practice?
So sometimes Yako.
Yako, yeah.
Really, Yako.
No way you're going
Heavy 80s rock, 90s old school rap if I'm in charge. But
I think if you're playing NYU, you can't have a Frank Sinatra song.
Oh, yeah.
very true. Very true. Now it kind of gets past. Everyone shares the load and whatever vibe we need to create for that given day. So Lucas Vogel is key.
Yeah.
He's good, but everyone kind of pitches in. But if it's me, it's where we're going. We're going my era.
Nice. 80s on 8.
80s on 8. Hair bands, baby.
All right, we'll get started here. We're a little ahead of schedule. That's all right. Welcome back to Press Conference Day here at the NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship. We're preparing for Thursday's national semifinals. We got our 4th team here with us today. The WashU Bears, Washington U Bears from St. Louis, coming here 23-6. They went 9-5 in the UAA. That tied for 3rd place. And here's their road to Fort Wayne. They had a home win against Central of Iowa, 82-75. Home win against Franklin, 83-54. A neutral win against Wisconsin Lutheran, 59-56. And then that road win, a big road win at Wisconsin Lacrosse, 80-66. It's the 4th national semifinal appearance for the Bears. Previous 2007 place. 2007 they finished 3rd before they won back-to-back national championships in 08 and 09. All 3 of those appearances were in Salem, Virginia. The Bears are just one of 10 programs that have won multiple national championships in Division III men's basketball. And they are the most recent team to win, recent program to win back-to-back titles, as we mentioned, in 08 and 09. Riding a streak of 8 wins in their last 9 games since they lost to Thursday's opponent back on February 9 in New York City, 77-58. And WashU is the first team to win a true road game to advance to the national semifinals since Wabash won at Illinois Wesleyan 81-75 in 2022. So there you go, guys, a little background info. And here's one more. My head football coach and his wife, Ben Fox, and his wife, Katie, proud WashU grads. They said, go Bears. So I'm passing like this here at Maryville College. So, okay, Coach, opening comments, and we'll start taking questions.
Well, when you start the journey of a season, I think we try to at least paint a little bit of picture of, you begin with the end in mind. And certainly in our sport and in college basketball, the end in mind you have is for us is to be in Fort Wayne. And so we had like an opening meeting that we, just show a picture of the Allen Memorial County Coliseum. It's up there. It's just, we don't spend a lot of time on it because we know there's so much that goes through in a process. But for these guys to fulfill that vision, get to this point, is really exciting. It's exciting, certainly, for our players, for our program. for our community, for our university. So we're thrilled to be here as part of a great collection of teams, and we're just excited to get on the floor and compete tomorrow.
Okay, I'll introduce our student athletes. Going away from me, Hayden Doyle, Yogi Olaf, Kyle Beeden, and Drake Kinsvater. So let's, right here, we've been going right here.
Thanks.
Question right here.
Pat, have you and Hayden worked out how much playing time Yogi's going to get?
Haven't had that conversation directly yet, but I think we have a meeting scheduled later tonight to discuss. No, just kidding. No, we're, I think, and I can cite several examples over our 4 years, but even in the last couple of we have a great deal of trust. I think both ways, right? Trust is a pillar of our program, for one. But we just envision, I think, the best teams, the great teams, are player-led. It can be coach speak a little bit, but I think we try to really empower our players, and they know they have a voice in all aspects of our program, whether it's where we're going to have a dinner, or what we're going to wear, or hey, it might be a play call on the floor. And I think I know Hayden and our crew feel that way and have shared. And they're the ones on the floor. They're feeling that game, the rhythm of it, different than I as a coach. I see it from my point of view, but they're out there playing it. And also, they're students of the game. They're passionate. They do their work both individually, but also in their preparation. So if they've got an insight or an adjustment or anything, and I can cite countless examples where they were spot on, and we either won a game or made a play. And so I'm always going to take their perspective strongly, and oftentimes it's the right decision.
We're going to recover a lot of things that we talked about on Saturday or things that we talked about in Hoopsville, but there's a new audience to hear this, so I figured we'll repeat some of these questions. And maybe perspective has changed. But first off, for Yogi, how you've battled back to get back into the lineup, be in a position where you can not only contribute, but can contribute for 20-plus minutes or whatever. Just give us the kind of thumbnail sketch of that journey this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely was not a smooth journey. Obviously, started off the year not practicing with the foot injury, and then broke my hand and got sick. So hasn't been a smooth journey, but like I've said, in the past weeks, being able to be in a program where I can impact the game, on the bench and also on the court, has just been really special. So just continuing to, find my impact wherever the team needs it to be.
Can I ask, Hayden, sorry, I'm more fun.
Yeah.
Hayden, how does the game change for you when Yogi's on the floor?
Yeah, he takes a lot of pressure off of me. When he comes in, he brings the ball up, so I don't have to worry about that. And he normally guards the other team's best guard, so that's also off my plate. And then he also allows me to play off the ball. And so Yuckham has been on me about that for a long time, almost every day for the past 4 years. So getting off the ball is a good thing for me. It's kind of what I was more accustomed to in high school. I didn't play on the ball very much, and so I have good instincts playing off the ball, coming off screens and things like that. And so when he's in the game, it allows me to kind of play in a little bit of a different way.
Drake, same question to you. How does the dynamic of the team, the game change when Yogi's on the floor?
Yeah, Yogi's great at pushing the ball and attacking in transition. So, I mean, I love seeing him attack the paint. It really opens up a lot of opportunities, kick-out opportunities from different players. Yeah.
Kyle, I know you've been injured this year, out for the year. Can you talk about what your role has been, like in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, being a senior this year, there's obviously a little, I've been here for a while, so I have a good grasp on what's going on. But I mean, more so it's just, just trying to still be positive and, always bring that bench juice. And then during games, I track deflections and hold us accountable to our activity standards as well.
Nice, thank you.
Kyle, there was a guy on that previous run of teams from about 15, 16 years ago was in a very similar position where Sean Wallace broke his hand early in the season, missed the rest of the season, kind of did the same thing you're talking about. has anybody told, I assume you know this story maybe? Have you heard from Sean at all? How does this?
I've never really spoken to Sean about it before, but I am aware of the situation that he was in as well. I mean, I'd say the beauty about college basketball is that things like this happen, or guys graduate and move on, and there's always going to be people to step up and fill in. This time last year we didn't have Drake, and we added Connor May, so I had utter confidence that guys were going to step up, and they have. So it's been amazing. It's really fun watching.
Drake, you had a team season high 31 in the game against La Crosse, the sectional final. Can you talk about what led to that second half charge you guys put on them?
Yeah, I mean, well, in the first half we really weren't hitting from three, but we were pretty confident in where our rebounding numbers at halftime. We were very confident in ourselves and continuing to do exactly what we were doing. In the first half, I felt like we were getting pretty good shots, but going into halftime, we talked about just pushing the pace, keep doing exactly what we were doing. I think one of the things that our team is really special at is like getting out early, transition. I mean, that's my favorite. Like, I like attacking in transition. So I mean, knowing that that's something we can capitalize on, it's
Nice.
yeah.
You guys play in a pretty big home gym. It's got, kind of deep sight lines. It's got a, big upper deck, that sort of thing. And I guess you probably haven't been out there yet, right? What's it, is there any, thoughts about what's it be like playing in a much larger arena here this weekend?
I haven't thought about it too much, but yeah, it's probably going to be a little different than what we're used to. Probably more of a little different depth perception and everything like that. But I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll be fine.
Not worried about it as a shooter specifically?
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Hayden, you had 25 at NYU, the second highest point total, I think, for you of the season. Why was that game such a good matchup for you? And you talk about trying to repeat that success.
25 this year?
Points.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, I'm trying to remember back, but yeah, I mean, I definitely made a couple shots early. I had some success cutting to the rim and playing off the ball, which was good, and got some easy buckets that kind of got me going. And then my bigs and Drake, I remember he set me a couple of really nice screens to get me open, so that helped as well. But yeah, definitely they're a great team, and they'll have a good game plan. So just excited to compete against them again.
Yeah, and I guess any of the athletes can take this. There's obviously a lot of excitement making it to Fort Wayne, but it's a familiar opponent, right? That's got to help a little bit. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I think it's a super interesting dynamic to be in the Final Four and play a team for the third time. Usually at the end of the conference season, you think, you're finished with your conference opponents. But no, it's really cool, especially our position, right? We dropped 2 versus them. So just as competitive guys, to have another shot at them is a super cool opportunity. And obviously they're a great team, but we're looking forward to, competing.
And others can talk about the strength of the league. You want to talk about that? You got 2 teams here, obviously.
Yeah, I can touch on that. I think it was long overdue. I think in the past couple of years, outsiders have kind of said that maybe the league shouldn't get 4 or 5 teams in, and I think our league. I think we've had that chip on our shoulder for a couple of years, because we know the caliber of teams that we play in our league every night, and we know how hard it is to win, and so. I kind of had a feeling that this was going to be a year, that there was some really elite teams in our league.
You almost had 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, and so, just honestly really proud of the league, really proud of how we've all performed this year.
Thank you. Yes.
Coach Dave Klatsky, when he sat in that chair a little while ago, said that he looked at your 2 games against him and the games from this past weekend, and saw like 3 completely different teams in those 3 games. And I'm wondering what you saw when you reviewed NYU from this past week compared to when you guys faced them in person.
I think we last played each other on February 9th. So we played them on back-to-back Sundays. And what's that, 6 weeks ago or so, but it feels like a different season, and so I think we're in a different place. We've evolved, and certainly having Yogi back and healthy is a big part of that too. But especially playing Dave's team, twice in a week, that's when you play really good teams. You learn a lot, and we talk about winning and learning. We're not a winning and losing program. And we try to always extract, lessons that we can apply. And, you always love to be able to do that off of a win, but we just stay really process oriented and they're so complete and good on both sides that they do. And we played better in the second game. The score didn't necessarily reflect it. But in going back, and I think even after we reviewed it the first time and did our corrections, so there's a lot we can build from. But when we did make mistakes, NYU capitalized on those. Like they punished us when we didn't handle a screen properly, or we had some possessions where we weren't real purposeful. And against a team of that caliber, the margin for error is so narrow, and so it's. Now going back and reviewing it for the third time, in the last couple days, and seeing like there is, is there a blueprint there? I think there is, but no different. Like Dave's team's in a different place too, and I think when you, especially get in the tournament and get wins, and you do it over 2 weekends, not like they were at all lacking for confidence. That they shouldn't be. They won our league convincingly. They're the number 1 team in the country. They got old players. They're really, really old, and I give them credit. I think it's not easy to. I laud Dave for being able to, put those pieces together and have them playing in a way that it looks like they've played together for a couple of years. Yet, they've been together for 8 months or whatever. So, kudos to them. That's really impressive. But yeah, I think we're excited. I think we've evolved, we've grown. I'm sure they have, and I think it should make for a really, really good competition, great game tomorrow.
Last thing I got you guys talk about the super successful athletics program, but talk about the excitement level of you guys making it on campus. And maybe friends, maybe blowing up your phone. Any good anecdotes?
Yeah.
You guys went on the road, so you didn't get to have that, but
yeah, I mean, it was probably the most texts I've ever had, right after, which is cool. But it is cool when you kind of get outreach from different people in like our WashU community. Like I've said this in multiple interviews, but like the 08-09 team has been like pretty instrumental on our run. And honestly, in the past 2 years, I've had a really strong relationship with Sean and Tyler, and so like Tyler sent me like a text before the game, and then my pregame speech was pretty much what he texted me, and it really resonated with our guys. And so just having people in our corner like that, and then our administration, as well as alums who are still really connected to the program, I think kind of seeing how it impacts people in different ways has been really cool for us.
Are we going to see some of them?
I think Sean's gonna try and get here tomorrow.
Sean lives in Chicago.
I know.
all right. Thank you, coach and players. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. Thank you.
Thank you.